Artificial intelligence is here. It's getting smarter by the day, and some people think it's going to get so smart that it could end our entire civilization. Welcome to The Next Simple Step. I'm Paul Goldsmith. And today I want to give you some hope. I don't believe the doomsdayers. In fact, I want to share some good news with you and 3 ways artificial intelligence can actually be used to improve your life. First, let's address the existential concern. This question from an actual reporter, Peter Doocy, at a White House press briefing was astounding.
There's an expert from the Machine Intelligence Research Institute who says that if there is not an indefinite pause on AI development, this is a quote, literally everyone on Earth will die. Would you agree that does not sound good?
Your delivery, Peter, is quite something.
It sounds crazy, but is it?
All I can say is that there's a comprehensive process in place. We put out a blueprint back in October, as you know. I don't have anything to share. We have seen the letter. We understand what their concerns are. Again, a comprehensive process. We'll let that flow.
So, is President Biden worried that artificial intelligence could become self-aware?
Look, there's a comprehensive process. We are taking this very seriously. We put our blueprint out back in October. I just don't want to get ahead of our findings and what that's going to look like. But it is a cohesive federal government approach to AI-related risks, as you just laid out in a very dramatic way. But clearly,
is there anything more dramatic?
I mean, you just read it.
Literally, everyone on Earth will die.
Pretty dramatic. We're going to move on.
That's real. That's the press secretary for the United States of America. Pretty dramatic. We're going to move on. Oh, so should you be concerned? For sure. There are huge ethical concerns to ponder and work out, but that's true of any new technology. Think about the internet, or before that, television, and long before that, the printing press. All have been used to bring harm, to spread misinformation, to cause problems, but also those technologies have brought the world closer together and brought connection and education. They're powerful tools. Ultimately, with any tool, we get to decide how we're going to use them. Technology has enabled us to improve the quality and longevity of our lives exponentially. I think we take for granted all of the advancements. When was the last time you had to worry about your water not being clean, water purification, indoor plumbing, or even having to forage for your own food and not having refrigeration or an Instapot? So much technology has made our life better. If all you read is the news or social media, you might miss that for most people on Earth, this is the best time in history ever to be alive. The number of people who live in extreme poverty is fewer than 1 out of 10 people. In 2020, the global poverty rate was 8%. 100 years earlier, in 1920, it was 70%. And 100 years before that, in 1820, it was estimated that 9 out of 10 people lived in poverty, or 90% of the world's population. And now it's the inverse. Sure, we have a ways to go until that number is near 0. But what incredible advancement to go from 90% of people being in extreme poverty to less than 9%. That's amazing. And now with artificial intelligence, I believe even more people will be relieved from poverty. Just think about it. In India, for example, which I had a privilege of visiting a number of years ago, that country continues to develop, and cell phones have been a big part of the story there. As cell phone technology has spread across the population, it has enabled people to have access to micro lending and to actually build entrepreneurial businesses and access to the world's knowledge through their cell phone. And as we know, education is a key to alleviating poverty, and artificial intelligence can be used as an educational tool. In fact, AI is going to change most everything about our lives in the coming years, and yet not the most important thing, which is what it means to be human, to love, to create, to connect, to have emotions. Artificial intelligence does not replace any of that. It's going to free most of us up from doing repetitive, mindless work for sure. It's going to eliminate some jobs. It already has. In factories, in grocery stores, think about the self-checkout, even on farms. It's going to enable you to learn anything you want to learn and free up so much time. And then you can focus on what you're uniquely gifted at, your talents, abilities to create something meaningful to you and the people you care about. You and I are human beings made for connection, not machines made to process information at lightning speed. AI can free you up to do what you're uniquely wired to do. And so I'd like to offer you 3 ways that you can use AI today to improve your life, to free up your time. Maybe you have a business idea. ChatGPT now can help you write the business plan. Already have a business and want to hire someone? ChatGPT can write the ideal job description. It can help you write interview questions for your candidates. It's a huge time saver for every information task you can think of. And if you're a parent, I'd highly encourage you to learn how to use ChatGPT with your kids. Now, some teachers are worried that now kids will have AI write their essays for them. Sure, it's possible, but AI is going to be a bigger part of our kids' future anyway, so we might as well learn it alongside them. It's not going away, and if we figure a way to teach kids to use it, we can do that responsibly. ChatGPT now can actually be used as a great tool to spark curiosity because the outputs you receive are only as good as the input you put in. For example, kids, or even adults for that matter, can ask ChatGPT for story prompts or writing exercises. You can even ask it to test your knowledge on literally any subject. Every kid loves games, so gamify it, and ChatGPT can be the best tutor in the world, and best of all, it's free. While we've only scratched the surface of what AI will become. Those 3 examples, writing a business plan, a job description, or teaching your kids a new subject by gamifying it, I've experimented with all 3 use cases. It works. It's amazing. I'm still learning how best to use it. If you haven't tried it yet, now's a great time. And don't let the fearmongers freak you out. AI is still artificial intelligence. It doesn't have a soul. You have a soul, and that can't be replaced by any computer. People are always going to crave human connection. We're wired for it. And I'm excited about the possibilities that this artificial intelligence will enable us to figure out cures for certain diseases and other solutions to human problems that just requires better information processing. I hope this has been helpful and it's given you a little hope. If you're already using ChatGPT and you wouldn't mind sharing with me how it's helped you or what you've learned, please reach out. My number, 559-574-3210. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time on the next Simple Step Podcast.